expect me to get out?
Well, I'm covered in flour.
Well, wipe your hands off. Who's that at the door?
I thought you were tangled up like a pretzel and couldn't move.
Well, I untangled. I thought you were covered in flour. Oh, you are covered in flour. Are you expecting somebody?
I don't remember. What day is this?
Monday or Tuesday. No, it is Tuesday.
It can't be Tuesday. I don't bake on Tuesday. I bake on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Bread on Wednesdays, cookies or cakes on Thursdays.
It can't, what are you baking? You haven't baked cookies in 40 years since you got mad when the mailman said my cookies were better than yours.
Of course I'm baking. Look at me. And any fool that would like coconut cookies drenched in rum shouldn't be working for the United States government. Probably too drunk to read the addresses correctly.
Any fool knows that coconut cookies need rum. Too dry otherwise. That was our best mailman too. Got here on time. Not like that woman we have now. Mail gets here any old time. Of course it doesn't matter. It's all junk anyway.
Well, who'd write to us? Everybody we know is either dead or senile.
Who the hell is bothering us ringing that damn bell like that?
Don't curse like that. You're so old you could die any second. Don't want to curse to be the last thing out of your mouth.
I'm younger than you are, and I'll always be younger than you are. Don't plan on dying before my time, which will certainly be after your time.
Well, my time won't be for a long time, so don't get your hopes up. I plan to live to at least 90.
Lord, Zena, you're well past 90.
I am. Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. You're 103 years old.
Good Lord, how did I get to be so old?
Are you gonna answer that damn doorbell or not?
Probably some drunk mailman wanting cookies. Well, hello, won't you come in?
Miss Lambert, I'm Elaine Sloan from the New York Times. We agreed to meet today?
Do come in, I apologize. I thought you were coming on Friday. I don't bake on Friday.
Today is Friday, but if it's not convenient, I can come back next week on Monday or Tuesday.
No, I deep fry on Monday. French fries mostly. Some fish, hush puppies, chicken, strofely Twinkies, that sort of thing.
You mean stink up the house with grease, you mean? I keep telling you, fried food's no good for us old people. I can feel my arteries clogging just from the grease in the air.
Daddy loved fried chicken, and he thought French fries were God's gift.
He wouldn't have thought that if he tasted those greasy things you make. Don't know why they call them French fries anyway. They're not French. The French have better sense than to do that to a decent potato. You can't beat a good baked potato.
You must be Dr. Lambert. I'm Elaine Sloan from the New York Times.
Heard you the first time. I'm not deaf, just old. And I don't want the New York Times. Too many ads. I get my news from NPR and The Guardian online. If I wanted the Times delivered, I'd have ordered it when we moved here in 1950. Sorry to waste your time.
Lord, Martha, she's not selling the New York Times.
Now who needs to watch her mouth? I would if I was as old as you.
If you just pay attention, I told you the New York Times called. Wanted to interview us for a series about old folks.
Never said a word. First I'd heard about it. Why would anybody be interested in us anyway? I'm too ornery and you can't even remember what day it is, let alone what you're supposed to be baking. What are you baking anyway? If it's Friday, you shouldn't be baking anything.
I know it's Friday. I was baking cookies to serve Miss Slate here. And I did so tell you last night when we were watching Queer as Folk, or was it 6 Feet Under?
Those shows aren't on anymore, and they never were on Thursdays. If today really is Friday, we didn't watch television last night. We were reading. You were reading that stupid Harry Potter book. And I wish you'd finish it so I could get to it. All I had to read was Shakespeare, and I am sick to death of that stupid Hamlet. Fool can't make up his mind when it's plain as day that Claudius is the damn murderer.
Are you sure? Well, maybe you're right. I have to keep starting that Harry Potter book all over again. I can't remember which wizards are evil and who the good ones are.
Of course, I'm sure. Doesn't the ghost tell him in the start? What kind of cookies are you baking? Your famous dry as dust coconut ones?
Martha, we have company. Miss
Sloan, Elaine Sloan. If this isn't a good day, I can come back.
Today's as good a day as any. When you're over 100, you don't make long-range plans. You know what I mean? Did you say the New York Times? Are you going to make us as famous as the Delaney sisters?
I hope so. Are you as charming and winsome as they were?
Well, I certainly am. At least all my beaux told me so. Back when I had beaux. In the 1920s or 30s. At least I think they did. Harry certainly did. Or was that Lester? Somebody called me charming. I think it was around the time of that Sacco Vanzetti business. Can't speak for my sister. She's certainly not winsome. I don't think it was Harry. After all, he ran off with Phoebe, and she was a real battle axe.
We're neither of us charming and winsome now, even if some fool told my sister she was a century ago. I'm not going to spout forth advice and memories for any fool to read. People want advice, they should go to a fortune teller or call a psychic hotline.
Our realists are really interested in learning about life in New York. From the past, from wonderful people like you, who've seen it all.
They want to know what life was like 100 years ago. They really should read a book. I saw what happened to the Delaney sisters, reporters, all kinds of people, bothering them, answering dumb. You can talk to my sister. I'm going upstairs and read Harry Potter, since she'll be busy.
You know, it probably wasn't the 1930s. Everybody was real depressed then. 1930s? Depressed! Depressed! Why am I depressed? Am I depressed? What were we talking about?
Your beaux.
Beaux? I haven't had any beaux for 70 years. Look at me, I'm an old hag.
I want to interview you and your sister about your wonderfully long lives and the changes you...
Goodness gracious, where are my manners? Won't you sit down? Would you like some tea, Miss Sloot? And I'll just put those coconut cookies in the oven.
Max, this won't work. The younger one's a raging bitch, and the older one has the manners of a cocker spaniel. I'm going to interview the sisters in New Rochelle. Finding old people who are wise, shoe, and winsome are a pain in the ass. After this, can we go back to interviewing self-absorbed 20-somethings for the style section? Thanks.
Where did she go? Wasn't there a young woman just here? Something about the Delaney sisters?
Oh, she left. She decided we weren't winsome enough. Did you put those cookies in the oven? You better get them out before you burn them again.
Oh, I threw the dough out. Too dry. The coconut was stale anyway. Would you like some tea? And are you reading my book?
Yes, I'll have some tea, thank you. Yes, I'm reading Harry Potter. I'm tired of waiting for you to figure out who the good wizards are before you can finish the book. I want to know how his 4th year at school goes.
Well, I'll just read Shakespeare again. I know I've read Hamlet, but I've forgotten what happens to Ophelia. I think memory loss has its good points, you know. You get to reread good books, and it's always a surprise what happens. Oh, here it is. What day is it? Isn't somebody supposed to come visit on Friday?
It is Friday. They came and they left.
Oh, did we have a nice visit?
Well, it was short and to the point.
Oh, good. I'm too old to spend a lot of time with younger people. They're so exhausting.
Yes. Muggles. What a good word to describe fools.
Yes, it is.